Hey, stop right there. Stop right there. What if I told you that watching this video could possibly be life or death for you? Would you stay tuned? I hope so. There's something I've been wanting to talk to you guys about, and it's coming soon, and everyone's so excited about it, and they can't wait for it, and it's like their favorite time of year, and it's Halloween. I wanted to talk to you. It's been very heavy on my heart to share these things with you that I feel about Halloween and why we should not celebrate it. But don't go. Don't click out of the video, because you should really hear these things. They come from people and even my own prayer with God. So I watched a video on a former Satanist. Now I'm forgetting his name, but I'll post it in the comments or the description. Anyways, he was a former Satanist for 25 years. He knows all about talking with Satan. He knows all about praying and rituals and all those kinds of things. But now he's a minister, and he is saved, and he is following the path for God. And that is just such an amazing thing. You think that when you've spent, 25 years doing something, that there's no coming back from it, but there really is. And he is, living proof. So in his interview, he speaks about legal rights. They are soul ties. He says, when you celebrate Halloween, you're basically cheating on God. He said, when you dress up, you give the devil legal rights to change your identity. You're dressing up, you're in costume, you're putting on makeup, you're covering up who you are, and you're allowing him to use you for something else on his day. And even after that as well, because you're now open a door. So number 2, eternal mistake. He said that in the Satanist church, the man who was head of that church, head of 8,000 followers of that church, he said that Satan himself said that, I want to thank every Christian parent for letting their children celebrate my holiday one time a year. He's thanking them for that. He also pointed out that you're going to be cursing yourself. He says once you open those doors, the devil now owns real estate in your life. He owns your marriage. He owns your children, because you're dressing your children up too. Your spouse and you are both dressing up. You're decorating your home. He owns your home, and he's owning everything in your house and now becoming a part of it. And he also made a really great point. Why would Christians want to be a part of darkness? If you call yourself Christian, why would you want yourself to be a part of darkness on that specific day? Why do you get excited to decorate in with evil decorations or try to dress up as something on that specific day? And then he also said for Satanists, you don't hear them saying, oh, it's Good Friday, let's go to church this Good Friday once a year. You don't see people flocking to the church on that day. So he doesn't understand why Christians are flocking to Halloween on that particular day. And then number 3, we're bringing it into our churches. The churches are doing harvest festivals or things like that, but they're still decorating for Halloween nonetheless. They're just kind of covering it up with a different name. What really are we celebrating? What really are we teaching the kids? When you're, other than bringing it into, I feel like this video is not going that great, but I'm going to keep going because I have a cold, and I had a migraine in my eye, and I just still feel it trying to come back, but I prayed over it and it went away. So I'm like, no, this is not going to happen. So I even have my ring light turned down low. I'm just going to get out of my funk, because I know that Satan's going to try and stop this video because it's all about his holiday getting canceled. So in this video, this former Satanist also said every blessing that you just had, your assignment just got canceled when you started celebrating Halloween. The demonic candies. He said, don't think that these people don't know what they're doing. There are witches and warlocks praying over candies, that whoever eats them, whatever happens to them, there's these spells that are over these candies. And then you go ahead, you accept the candy, eat the candy, and now it's part of your body, and you're literally consuming poison in a spiritual realm and also in a worldly realm, because people really do poison the candy. We hear about it all on the news. They put needles in candy, and yet we're still knocking on the doors of these people who can potentially be spirit people or witches or warlocks or whatever you want to call them. So those were the points on the man with the interview. Now, when I prayed, I do feel like God speaks to me in my head, not out loud. And that's just a whole other conversation for another day if you guys want to discuss that. But when I was praying to God, I'm just closing my eyes and I'm just talking in my head. And I'm like, God, what is it that you want me to tell these people? What do you want me to say to them? And he said, don't celebrate it. It's not my day. And I'm like, well, that's pretty clear, like, I guess when I started to do research on it, everyone's really just made it a debate between whether you should or shouldn't celebrate it, or Christians, whether they should or shouldn't celebrate it, because when they've been doing something for so long, they don't want to turn away from it. They don't want to change because they're so used to it. And then he also said that if someone invites you to a party and you go, won't they think that you're friends now? And why would you expect them to feel any less? They're going to keep calling and keep inviting you to do more because they now have a relationship with you. This is Satan's day. Halloween is Satan's day. It's his time to party, and you're literally accepting the invite to his party. So why wouldn't you think that he has a relationship with you now, or he sparked one at least, because you're allowing yourself to be in it. And the other thing he said is, pray for others to know me more. Any time spent on Halloween is wasted time. It's a voluntary step back from growth and all the progress you've made on your faith walk. I was shocked when he said this, because obviously I'm not just randomly thinking these things up in my head. These are things that God's really putting on my spirit. A voluntary step back. You said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a step back from your growth and your faith walk. All these months and years, you're like, God, why is things happening to me? Why is this going on? And then you're making progress. You're doing better. You're praying more. And then, Halloween comes around. I'm going to dress up. I'm going to go out. You completely forget about God. Tell me that you pray on Halloween. If you celebrate Halloween, tell me that you pray on Halloween, that, God watches over you. You don't say any of that. I feel like people even kind of like feel a little bit ashamed to pray on Halloween, because why? What are you praying for? But me, on the other hand, when I'm praying on Halloween, I'm not celebrating it. I'm praying for my neighbors, my neighborhood, people around me, or people of the world who are on that fence of whether they should celebrate it or not. I want to educate you guys and help you guys to understand what this means, what it is that when you're celebrating Halloween, what you're actually doing. And then I'm like, okay, God, give me something else. Give me like one more thing to tell them. And he brought up tithing. I'm like, why are you telling me to tell them about tithing? And he said, those of you who have an issue with tithing have no issue spending tons of money on costumes, makeup, decorations. Some people even throw a house party or make a whole entire haunted house. And that's all costing money. But they have no problem giving money, but they do have a problem giving money to support the spread of God's word. And then if you're offended by this, I'm probably talking about you. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, all right, what are they going to do to me? I'm giving it to you straight from my prayers. And then I'm like, all right, well, I guess that's that. And he said, just ask them to not do it, because I love them and I want to keep evil from them. But their free will to celebrate will prevent me from doing that. So this is your 10 minutes or less with God. It's not the devotional. It's not my daily devotional that you usually do. But this 10 minutes or less with God, I really wanted to just tell you guys how important it is to not celebrate Halloween. If you're not educated in something, don't participate in it. Why would you participate in a holiday that Satan has invited you to do? Just because your family's done it, just because you call it like Harvest Now, and just because you want your kids to do activities or arts and crafts or festivities, like, do it on a different day. If you guys want to have a costume party for superheroes and princesses, do it on a different day. Just have fun with your friends. If you want to go out, why can't you just buy candy any other day of the week? You bought a whole bowl of it to give out anyways. Your kids don't have to go door to door to get candy, and poison candy at that, or prayed for candy in the Satan's realm to be cursed. You don't want that. I'm just trying to tell you, you don't want it. You don't want it. You really don't. And we're like 15 seconds less of your 10 minutes or less. So I'm just going to leave you at that. And y'all have a great day and enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a great rest of the week and really think about it. I don't think you should celebrate it. probably not going to be the best thing for you. If it doesn't help you, it hurts you.